Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Soggy Dagger, and today we're diving into something special. I'll be reviewing Voor De Kroon, an early access medieval hybrid game that blends third-person action RPG elements with real-time strategy in a sandbox environment. Quite the mouthful, isn't it? I'll be breaking down the good, the bad, and ultimately whether this game deserves your attention. So strap in and let's get into the review. Voor De Kroon launched on December 9th, 2022, and has been in early access ever since, with a small development team consistently rolling out updates. Community feedback has been a cornerstone of the game's development, and the devs have been working hard to add new features based on player suggestions. As we load into the game, you're greeted with options to choose from several Friezo-Hollandic factions. For this playthrough, I picked Holland. Initially, the user interface felt a bit clunky and rough around the edges. While functional, it lacks visual polish and could definitely use some refinement. Despite this, the core gameplay mechanics were intact and worked without any major issue. One feature that stands out for immersion enthusiasts is the Parley mechanic. Before battles, you meet with the enemy lord face to face to discuss diplomatic options. This engagement takes place directly on the battlefield, offering a unique twist compared to games like Bannerlord or Total War. It's a refreshing addition that deepens the sense of immersion. The battles themselves will feel familiar to fans of Bannerlord. You play as either an individual unit or the commander of your army, issuing orders to groups of troops. Commands includes attacking, defending, changing formation, repositioning, retreating. The combat system for your character is straightforward, allowing you to hack, slash, and block through enemies with ease. Cutting through a group of peasants as a fully armored knight wielding an axe was undeniably entertaining, even if their attacks felt more like getting hit with a pool noodle. The game allows you to slow down the gameplay while you issue orders to your troops, although I had a difficult time trying to order my troops to make the movements I wanted with the current system. On the bright side, the game's attention to tactical realism is commendable. For instance, a cavalry charge into a group of spearmen resulted in a devastating consequence for enemy troops, as it should. The game doesn't let you get away with unrealistic tactics, and that level of detail is much appreciated. Similarly, enemy troops will lose morale when they've suffered too many losses, resulting in a mass retreat. These features are all part of a recipe for making of a good medieval combat type game. On another note, I did encounter some command issues with controlling melee and ranged units like crossbowmen and infantry. Whether due to user error or bugs, they didn't respond as I expected and often seemed to have a mind of their own. Another intriguing feature is the ability to execute or recruit captured units. After battles, you can choose to execute prisoners to send a message to your enemies or recruit them to bolster your forces. This adds a layer of strategic decision making that can impact your faction's reputation and strength. Additionally, the recruitment system allows you to integrate captured soldiers into your ranks, giving you an opportunity to quickly reinforce your armies without having to wait for new units to be trained. However, one thing to note is some units will not join due to their stubbornness of their unit commanders, which leaves you the choice to release or execute. And to resolve any future headaches, I always chose to execute, especially this guy. Oh yeah, axe to the back of the head probably didn't feel great. Better him than me, I suppose. Unfortunately, system management was one of the game's weaker aspects. Compared to the Battlefield UI, it feels even less polished. If you're a graphics enthusiast like myself, this might be a slight turnoff, though not necessarily a deal breaker. The map includes castles and villages, and each year you take turns spending silver to recruit troops, construct buildings, and upgrade your resources. These upgrades are vital for creating stronger units and ensuring you have enough supplies to launch assaults on enemy castles and towns. Resource management is crucial to succeeding in this game, especially if you're aiming to expand your territory. One of the game's most captivating features is the dynamic weather and seasonal system. As you progress through the campaign, you'll notice how the changing seasons affect gameplay. Winters bring snow-covered landscapes and slower troop movements, forcing you to consider logistics and supply lines carefully. In contrast, spring and summer offer better conditions for launching campaigns and harvesting resources. The dynamic weather also impacts battles, as rain can muddy fields and make cavalry charges less effective. These environmental elements add a layer of realism and strategy that keeps the gameplay fresh and engaging. The developers have been actively improving the game based on community feedback. Notably, the November 1st update introduced a significant faction customization overhaul, allowing players to design new factions from the ground up, including the appearance of your lord and the buildings your factions can erect. Additionally, the ability to import custom image assets for heraldry was added, enhancing personalization. On November 13th, enhanced siege battle controls were implemented, providing more strategic command over your units during sieges. The siege defense AI was tweaked, requiring players to start the assault manually, allowing for preparatory actions like attacking with ranged units before commencing the full assault. These improvements have made battles smoother and more enjoyable, showcasing the developers' commitment to polishing the game. Overall, Voor De Kroon delivers a fun and immersive medieval combat experience. The Parley mechanic adds a unique touch, and the battles are satisfying despite some clunky controls. The map and settlement UI could use some significant improvements, but as a work in progress, there's hope that the developers will refine these aspects before the full release. If you're looking for a medieval style combat and feudal management game, this is worth considering, especially if it's on sale. It's a solid investment for fans of the medieval game genre who don't mind a bit of roughness around the edges. With the developers actively listening to player feedback and implementing meaningful updates, Voor De Kroon is shaping up to be a standout title in the medieval strategy genre. But now, it's time for you all to decide whether Voor De Kroon is worth the investment. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more reviews and gaming content. And if you have any suggestions for the next video, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.